I'm a wanderer of the soul. Before the end, I plan to behold. But I know I'll lose myself along the way. What's gone is gone. What's past is past. Let me leave what belongs in the past. The road ahead is quite unclear. Let me walk it despite fear. The road stretches over the hills, and I've got many debts to pay. Some are on their own way. My pay is not gold.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kingmaker. It's very hot here in the UK right now. It's very hot in America, where Jack is. Lexi, how is it for you, my dear?
Bloody baking.
So, disclaimer before tonight's session gets underway. If you hear fans in the backgrounds of our microphones, sorry, but we're having our fans on. We're staying healthy. But welcome to RollTales, everybody, and welcome back to Kingmaker. But in all seriousness, though, just alluded to the heat we're all playing through today. So let's just crack straight on. Let's get on with it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give a heads up right now. Because of today's heat, because of the recording session today, we may not do our usual block. So there may not be a session of Kingmaker on the channel next week. It may be another 2-week blip. If that is the case, I will let you know. Please check out the feed on the YouTube channel, the community feed, or please go to Twitter at RollTales for full updates and information. Head there and you will be fully updated as soon as we have it ourselves. But for right here, right now, let's play a game of Kingmaker. So, let's crack on with the recap. Okay, so the last time we played, our party of adventurers returned to Oleg's trading post. And, well, long and short of it was, they cashed in a couple of quests that they had completed. They found the location of Akira's Ismort. They have handed over some bandits to the authorities in Restov. They discovered the location of Watkin, the alchemist, and they decided upon their next moves. After earning the aid of Felix of Taldor in regards to going after Akira's Ismort, the party decided, with only a couple of days left on the clock before their first shopping order arrives, to head to Watkin's to get some more supplies, return back to the trading post, get their gear, and then go after the Stag Lord in his fort, fully ready to kick some backside. However, the mysterious goings on in the stolen lands are getting only more mysterious and even more stranger. The party's actions are having reactions across the entire region, as a storm kicked into gear as soon as the party left the trading post. But it's even worse than that. This storm is magical in nature, and it is not very friendly. Kelvhan is reminded of the storms caused by Eredin's death a century ago for what he is seeing right now. This is not right. This is not natural. Anden and Bramblebeard had that instinctual feeling on the back of their neck, turning around and seeing in the gloom that figure that they and he have been witnessing in their dreams. As the figure turned and said to Anden that this is the work of Uglar. And this is where we bring the game back in, because the smoke is clearing and a firestorm is kicking off. How bad is it? Well, let's go to the stolen lands and let's take a look. After nearly pressing the end credits button by accident, great start. This is how Naki it's looking. The Stolar Lands, the rain is coming down hard, and literally the clouds have turned this dark blue / purple based energy that is waving across all over the place. The sounds of fires are off in the distance, and there is a slight yellow hue of it on the background. But as soon as the figure that Anden knows or is becoming acquainted with disappears from his view, it's almost like right on cue that this cloud, this haze, this smog, this smoke starts to clear. And well, players, would you like to see how bad the situation really is?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Why not?
On a rating scale of 1 to holy crap, how bad is this for you?
Oh!
What?
Oh,
Why?
that's not that bad.
What happened?
You have walked right into the middle of a firestorm. And I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Alright.
I'll take it.
We should get a wagon to have one of the horses pull, so that if we get attacked on the road, Isobella can be hidden in the wagon and still get her stealth initiative.
Oh, that initiative.
That's probably a good shout.
That is a very
Yeah.
good shout.
You're not supposed to be taking me seriously. It's incredibly silly.
It is.
I'm all for silly.
This
I
is
was
a
like-
This is a TTRPG. Silly works.
Just strap a wagon on a Balruk, he'll push it or pull it.
Do you want to spend a level 3 party's gold on a wagon?
Thank you, Dave.
I'm kidding.
Those bandits had some wagons back at the camp. We used to go back there and get one of those.
Yeah.
One of
All
them
right.
was broken, and the other one had
can
a
fix
spider
it.
trap in it.
We can fix a wagon.
Yeah, probably.
I've got crafting.
I've got blacksmithing.
We'll go bear.
You got a bat.
There
got a
can pull
bear.
a wagon.
Well,
She's
BB
a
will.
little bit little for that.
Yeah, BB will grow in time, though. So, I need to change the music to this. Because this is a magical storm. And magical storms bring their own complications. What sort of complications? We start encounter mode. Isobella, you're up on the back of your horse.
Balruk, would you like to go first? We rolled the same initiative.
Oh, sorry.
Good question. Balruk has no freaking clue what to do, so I'm good to. You can go.
Excuse me, my brain is fried. For those watching in, I'm so sorry, folks. Initiative rolls. Isobella and Balruk on a 26, Anden on a 22, Kelvhan on a 16. Really sorry.
Spicy.
Heat. Brain disengaging. So yes, I'm really sorry. I will
Right.
say then, with a tie between Isobella and Balruk at 26, you do notice the fire from the tree to the northwest of you. It looks different to all the other fires. And you could swear to the gods through this storm, you can hear a scream of pain. An otherworldly scream of pain. So, into encounter mode order. Who wants to take it?
I'm only going to delay my turn if you don't go first, Balruk, so...
Right. Well, I think Balruk's probably actually going to delay too, because he's going to be looking at Anden the druid to go with that.
All right, so we're both just waiting for something to happen.
pretty much, yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, then we technically start off with Anden, and Anden, yes, same information for you as well. Reactions.
Okay. Gosh, this is when I wish I had the detect magic and the read aura of the group. But I do not.
There is good old-fashioned recall knowledge.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just wondering if I should kind of get off the horse and stuff first. We might need to run away still. So yeah, that's a good reminder. Thank you. I would like to try and recall knowledge about this particular combination of phenomena.
Sure, okay then. Yeah, let's keep it public. Make me a public... And actually, nature is the applicable skill here as well, so you can make a nature check.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Anden, Kelvhan has given you a heads up that this is a magical storm. And both you and Kelvhan will know instinctually that things occur during a magical storm. What sort of things? Elementals. You look closely in between the trees and this horrible screaming of otherworldly pain. You see a figure forming and is not very happy about it. You know this creature, although it's larger than usual, to be called a striding fire. Now, these are an embodiment of speed and chaos of a spreading blaze. A striding fire appears as a long-limbed humanoid composed of shifting hue flames, churning within a skeleton-like framework. However, due to the nature of this magical storm, this striding fire is bigger than usual. However, at the same time, it is not liking the rain and the thunderstorm, causing it to be in constant pain and weakened. Dave, successful recall knowledge. You can ask me 2 questions about the striding fire, and these questions can include immunities, weaknesses, AC, saving throws, skills, special abilities.
Alright. I would love to know about special abilities, please.
Alright, striding fires have an ability that you know of, because it's a part of their namesake, called Burning Rush, where they can stride and basically catch anybody in their wake with a sonic boom of heat. This will induce a reflex save, which can knock you prone and, well, make you a little bit toasty.
Yeah, okay, and the other thing I would like to know is... see, this is only useful for me, so I might not check in with that. Should I check for resistances and not just fire, please?
Resistances, immunities. Here's a big one for you. Fire. Oh, what a surprise. But immune to bleed, paralyze, poison, and sleep.
It's going to be a straight up one, and I don't, since I've asked those 2, I already have an assumption that I'm working on. that
Yep.
it might not like Ray of Frost. However, I think we need to split up first. Well, it's been a month. Let's see if I can remember the Anden voice. Alright, everyone, quick, split up. He's gonna try and dash through and set you all ablaze. And I'm gonna, with the last 2 actions, ride the horse. I don't know if I can control it. Just kind of, it's fine. Just like out so that we're not standing in a line anymore.
Sure, can I have a nature check to command an animal, please?
Oh, yes, of course.
That'll be your second action.
Yep.
I was just looking up how to do that. I'm guessing you looked up ahead of time.
I did.
That's
16 is on the nozzle for this situation, so a horse can stride up to 40 feet.
Okay. That's great. I think I want it to be moved kind of with the corner with me here.
Okay.
It's moving out the way.
There you go. One action left.
1 action left. Oh, that counted as command an animal, didn't it?
Yes.
Can I not command BB now?
I would say it's because usually in Pathfinder, oh no, wait, you can certainly I would say you could certainly command the horse and then command BB for your next action. That's for certain.
Okay.
And if that's not entirely right, I'll check it, but that's what I'm ruling for today.
Alright. And I think I'm going to have BB follow me. Just to kind of see what's going on and assess the situation a little bit first. And also, it feels sort of intrinsically cruel to ask the bear to run into a wildfire. So I think we're gonna let one of our humanoid companions go first.
Alright then, so that concludes Anden and BB's turn.
Alright, I'd love to pop back in now.
Good, because it would have been the fire's turn. So Isabella's back in. Alright.
I had a feeling. There is no chance I'm getting this horse to do what I want in combat, so I'm gonna spend my first action to get off of it.
Yep, okay.
Second action.
I will also say, actually, Lexi, and I'll be generous because, to be honest with you, I don't think this is an action's worth. If you want to get the horse out of the way, you can, on your way down, give the Yah style smack for it to bolt, if you wish.
Oh, absolutely. Just whack it with the butt end of my gun.
Okay, so it's not going to run into the fire, so what I'm going to do is odds and evens. Basically, odds, the horse is going to bolt to the west, evens, it's going to bolt to the right. Okay, odds. So, basically, full stride, 80 odd feet or so. Horsey's off the board. 2 actions left, Isabella.
Beautiful. I said whack it with my gun, but I realized I didn't get to roll stealth for initiative, so I have to pull my gun out myself, so that's my second action.
Yep.
And then last but not least, I still feel a bit more in a line than I want to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and... What's my bloody movement speed again?
25.
30, actually. I took fleet.
Oh, of course. Who doesn't take fleet in this game?
I think
Okay.
I'll get myself over here.
All right, then. So that concludes Isabella's turn. Balruk, are you coming in?
Yes, I am.
All right, then. Well, Balruk.
Right, so Balruk is gonna kind of basically do a lot of the same thing. He's going to hop off of his horse for his first action. As he does, he'll kind of slap it out and say, "Go and get out of here with ya."
All right, same odds, evens. It goes the same western way, pew, and it's gone, Roadrunner style.
All right, and then he is, for his second action, is gonna kind of move up, kind of to the northeast a little bit, get a little closer to the thing, maybe hoping it comes for him.
Yeah.
So moving up, and then for his third action, well, I guess I don't have my weapon out, so I guess I'm gonna have to. Instead of drawing his weapon, he's gonna draw out his shield, so I have my shield out.
All right, awesome. Okay, Kelvhan, unfortunately, the Striding Fire beats you in initiative order. In fact, this is perhaps one of the only few creatures that's actually going to be faster than you, as it forms out of this soon-to-be ruined tree, and it yells in Ignan. And as I mentioned before, I like to picture my TTRPG games like I'm watching a TV show or a movie. So some translation text is going to come up, and the characters, unless you don't speak Ignan, will not get this, but you're going to get it by the body language of this thing as it roars out in pain, and it says, translation text, who did this? And then it's going to make a random dice roll, going to go in icon order from top to bottom. 4. It looks at Isobella,
Oh, bugger.
and it says in Ignan, you did this. So it is going to actually use its first 2 actions to use Burning Rush. And let's see.
That fast, huh?
It's got a speed of 50 feet.
Oh, shit.
But we are playing Pathfinder's diagonal increment rules. So let's see how far that will go.
I think it'll be fine.
It's getting there.
It's going to get to here, literally, in a bolting flash. With speed that even surprises Kelvhan. I need both Kelvhan and Isobella to make me a reflex saving throw, please.
Yep.
I didn't click it for some reason, but that's a 16.
And
All
same
right,
me, 16.
Okay. That is both a fail. Let's see. Any creature. Okay. You are only not prone on a critical fail. That is not a critical fail rule for either one of you, and it cannot use Striding Fire again now for another 4 rounds.
Oh, there's no damage in that action. Thank God.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. It's
I thought
basically
we were screwed.
yeah, it's basically just designed to knock your backsize down, that ability. But it does have 1 action remaining, and it is next to Isobella. So it is going to make a strike against you. Alright.
Funnily enough, Greg, I can see you wondering.
Yeah.
If you get on the other side of it, I do provide flank because of my bayonet.
Wonderful.
28 to hit, Isobella.
Just a normal hit.
Alright then. So,
One off a
Isobella,
crit.
you are going to take... let's see. It's going to be 8 points worth of bludgeoning damage. And you are going to take 1d6 persistent fire damage. So 4 bludgeoning, 1 fire.
Wait, 4 bludgeoning?
Yes, I've just checked the dice. It's basically 2d8. It rolled a 5 on 2d8. Oh, excuse me.
No, it's 8 bludgeoning.
It's 8 bludgeoning. The fire's incoming. But
The
I do know-
persistent isn't on it anymore. It used to be.
Yes, because persistent on Foundry now automatically rolls.
Woohoo!
New update. So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and damn girl, you are smoking hot. You are on fire. Okay. Kelvhan, you're up.
Right. So first action will be to move, of course, to. Is it which one is the flank, or is it both of them?
It's got to be a straight line. So use the ruler tool.
I'm gonna guess that one.
Yeah, use the ruler. Well, you've got the speed for it anyway, so
Yeah.
you're good.
Is that one?
I think
Was it
it's
down one?
technically the one to yours.
I still
Yeah,
have
that's
enough
the
room,
one you
yeah.
want to be in.
Yeah. Now I have an interesting question.
Yes.
So, because quick draw is an action, it says
Yes.
make a strike, right?
Yeah.
Can that combine with spell strike if I spend the 2 actions?
That's an interesting question. And technically... interesting. I want to double check that for next time, but for funkiness and for the fact that it sounds sheer badass, for today I'm going to say go for it.
Yeah, so I'm going to use a Ray of Frost
Alright then.
on my rapier.
Yep, Rare Frost spell strike, so go ahead and give us the target, give us a strike.
17. That's a miss.
4 hero points in the pool.
Is it a, did you do a big spell one? Or is
No, it was just a cantrip,
it, okay.
so it's not really worth it.
Alright, so that's a miss then. Next up. A familiar sensation takes place as the smoke in this area starts to intensify. But it's not bad enough to choke you. Yet.
Oh no, not again.
Oh, bad news flashbacks.
Top of the round, Anden.
Okay. So we have BB has a speed of 30. I can get in there to help. So for my first action, I will command an animal, and BB can come in to help fight.
If she runs through that,
Unfortunately-
if she rushes through that flaming bush, there'll be a reflex
Oh.
save.
Sorry, I was pressing the thing to
gotcha.
move and I couldn't get it to do it, so I was just checking. There
No,
we
no.
That's better. That's better.
No worries.
I had 70 to work with, so I thought it'd be fine. But
Oh, she's just getting into position.
no. Oh, it's too late. I forgot to do Magic Fang first.
Go on, put it on her. It's been a month.
Oh, yay! Thank you.
Magic
Oh,
Fang.
shit.
Magic Fang soon to become a Runic Fang.
Yeah, hopefully I can free up that spell slot.
I must admit, I like the fact that Magic Missile's changing into Force Barrage. That just sounds cooler.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool.
Alright then. So, Anden sends BB into the fray and gives her some Magic Fang to boost up her damage. Alright.
There we go.
Okay, Isobella, you're on fire.
Sure am. I have more pressing issues.
Yes.
Hmm.
Do I roll the d6 for persistent now?
It's end of turn.
It's end of turn, thank you. Never
I
remember.
take the damage to roll my save.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see. Kelvhan managed to run around it fine enough, so I should be okay to run away a little. But is it just going to follow me about it? Let's find out. I'm gonna back off a bit.
Sure. You get attack of opportunity. Just kidding.
I do? Jesus. Sod.
That well-trained
Got her.
creature. Fire.
Got it.
And then, I mean, bugger all. I guess I try to shoot it with a bloody arquebus and see how that works out.
It's not resistant to it. Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire, and the fire being the gunpowder reaction.
Yeah, I was going to say, in this case, fire power, isn't it?
I would have been away from me.
That's a 27 to hit.
That's a shot. That's a hit. Give us damage.
A normal hit. You hate to hear it. I'll do 3 damage, please.
All right, damage is damaged. And I can tell you, though, if this is a help and it is correct, that goes all the way through.
It deals all 3 damage. Good to know.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll reload.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
Cool. Okay. Let's have a look. So, Lexi, you take 6 points worth of persistent fire damage. You want to hit that button for the recovery check, please?
It's a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Lexi's
Very
still
good
on fire. Isobella is still on fire. Okay. Ah, yes. But there is a gimmick to this fire, though. I should remember this. Due to the constant rain, even though this is magical fire, even though it's usually DC 15 flat check, because of the constant rain, the DC is always going to be DC 12. So, keep that in mind for this. Alright. Okay. It's the fire's turn. It's, once again, says, who
Wait,
did
didn't
this?
Balruk go
Balruk's
before it last time?
Oh, I'm so
Hey,
sorry.
skip Balruk.
Yeah, I skipped Balruk. I'm so sorry. It's just... right, it's too hot. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. I'm so sorry, Jack.
Understandable. I mean, heck, the forest's on fire and everything.
Oh no. Method acting.
This battle is strangely apt for today. All right, but Balruk, your turn. I do apologize, Jack. Go ahead.
Alright, so Balruk is going to be using first action to draw out his mace into his other hand.
Yep.
Second and third... Oh, was that?
I said
Is
yeah.
that something? Cool. Alright, second and third action, I'm going to be using sudden charge to strike twice and strike at the end. Alright, there we go.
Balruk comes
Oh,
into...
okay.
Perfect.
I think it's
Yes.
so buggy.
It was right on the distance nozzle for Balruk there. Okay, Balruk, give us a target. Give us a strike.
Alright, here we go. Come on, Dex. We need some more Balruk action today. There's some Balruk action. A 28 for a regular hit because this thing's strong.
Give us a damage roll then, please.
Alright, and that's gonna be a 5 on the dice for 9 total damage.
Also, add an extra 1 damage to that, because I shot it on my last turn. So the sniping duo dedication gives you a +1 to the damage.
Very nice. So it'll be 10 damage instead.
All right, add it in.
Whoa.
See, it's like Lexi did 4 damage instead of 3 now. So
You're contributing. All right, let's. One action left, Balruk.
no, that was 3 because it took 1 to draw my weapon
Of
and then
course.
2 to sudden charge.
Sudden charge. Yep. Okay. So it is now the Striding Fire's turn. So once again, it's gonna yell out, "Who did this?" Seemingly almost berserk. We're gonna have a another D4 off in icon order. It's just if it lands on Anden, then technically it's gonna be BB. Okay, that was a 1. So it just yells, "You did this," in Ignan. And the first strike is going to come onto BB.
Ah yes, the bear definitely started a fire.
Oh
21
no.
to hit.
Oh!
No. That's
All
a
right.
critical.
Okay, BB is going to take 18 points worth of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And, well, BB's going to take some crit fire damage as well when the persistent rolls around. However, it's still berserk, so another D4 roll. 2, this time. Kelvhan. Ah! And strikes at the Magus. Natural 1 for an 11. Complete swing it and a miss. It's in so much pain. And for the third action, once again, who's it going to go for? Kelvhan once again. Maximum map though. Another natural 1, a 2 in a row. So it leads to Mr. Leoven.
Yep. So first action is Arcane Cascade.
Alright.
Need to select the damage type, which is cold. Are we playing this game, Foundry? Yes, we are. Give me 1 second. I need to change. I can't do it in the pop-out mode. Just give me 1 sec.
Yeah, no, it's never update your tokens when using pop-out. Just don't do it.
Ooh, are we playing this game? Are we going to work now?
It says on my end Arcane Cascade is up.
Let me just take it off because I need to add this certain effect.
Yeah, go for it.
Aha. That one. Save. There we go.
Alright.
Then-
Oh, nice effect.
Thank you. Then I am going to strike.
So what did you do? Tell the folks at home.
So Arcane Cascade. Yeah, so his weapon starts to glow blue as the purple energy mask of a smiling face once again reappears on Kelvin's face.
Nice. What's next?
Rolling the attack. Oh, I'm not doing anything this fight, so that's a miss.
Alright, that's a 12. That's a miss. You got
We
another
probably
one?
might need to, yeah, I think we might need to start doing that damage. It's gonna
Yeah.
get out of control, like wildfire.
Yeah.
You do have these hero points and you do get topped up pretty frequently, so don't be afraid to use them, team.
Is it worth it, you think?
Yeah.
I'll try.
Alright then.
let's-
Down
let's
to
try
3 in a
again.
pull.
24?
That is a hit. Give us damage.
For 8 points of damage?
That's 3 cold damage.
Yes, it is.
Was it worth it? You're damn right it was worth it. Weakness 10, cold, 18 points worth of damage.
I thought you were still
Spicy.
striking, so I thought it would be worth it, but that also works.
Yeah. And then the last action will be Spell Parry.
Alright then, I create an effect for you. So feel free to drop that on that token as well. Now that effect that I've given you will automatically raise your AC by 1, but not your saving throws. That you still have to manually calculate, Greg.
Alrighty.
Best I could do. Okay. Let's see. It's now the time of the smoke. As it grows even more intense. The rain is keeping the vision clear, but the smoke is now starting to permeate all around your lungs. On its next turn in the initiative order, there's going to be some fort saves once again, just like Jaldori's Manor. Jimani Eldori's Manor. Anden, over to you.
Okay, I would love to use Ray of Frost, but there are more pressing things. Similarly to my friends. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a 2-action level 1 heal on BB.
All right. BB within 30.
I think I made sure she was. Oh, that is unfortunate.
She's
in which
35.
case,
She's 35 away from the top left-hand corner of the horse.
alright, no, it still works as long as I do it in a slightly different order. I'll have BB attack first with command and animal.
Oh, give us a
and
BB strike.
I'll have them move away afterwards.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Alright, here we go. That's a 20 to hit.
Hit due to flank.
Yay! That is 10 points of damage.
Good shot by BB.
And then for her second action, she is gonna move back and sort of behind the other tree-ish. The last one to there. Even with diagonals, that's 25 to 35. And then, yeah, we'll try it this way around. The healing, second action healing. Oh, I didn't know I had to target heals. Sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry. I'll get her up. That's 13 points of healing to BB.
Yep.
Okay. That's a solid round. Let's see. BB's gonna now have to make a flat check. Okay. Let's
Right,
right.
because it's not technically BB's turn.
Right. So Dave, can you roll me a D20 then, please?
Yep. 13. Thank you, Rain.
All right. So BB is still going to take 2d6 worth of fire from that round, though.
It's 1d6 times 2.
It's 1d6 times 2. Thank you for the correction there, Lexi. Okay, so 1d6. So BB is going to take 8, but she's no longer on fire.
Okay.
Okay, Isobella, back over to you.
Well, I can't wait to roll another nat 1 on my recovery save later, but for the time being, guns loaded.
I will also give you a bit of information.
Oh?
Due to what's going on with the smoke increase, the rain is keeping vision pretty much clear enough, but due to what is building up and the sheer almost confusion of the striding fire, the DC of the perception DC will go up a little bit by 2, I would rule, but you can, even in the open, attempt to make a stealth check because of the environment and what's going on around you.
Ah, good to know. It being a fire elemental, though, Isabella's just going to assume it can see through smoke easily.
Okay.
So she's not going to try to hide or anything. She's just gonna take her shot. Which will be a 27 again.
That's a hit.
Alright, for 9 damage.
Nice, good shot.
Second action, reload. Third action, take another shot.
Alright, go for it.
For a 21.
Well done. Exactly what you need. Give us damage.
That's a 10, my max damage.
Nice.
Well done.
Oh. Bam, bam.
Very nice.
Bloodied. Alright, Isobella. Is that your turn?
That is indeed my turn. I've accidentally put that on myself.
Alright then. So, let's
Can
see how the
I-
flat check.
Dang it.
Okay, you take 3 points worth of fire. Recovery check, please.
Ah, that's a 4.
Alright, unfortunately, Still ablaze. It's now the fire's turn. No, I went over Balruk again.
Poor Balruk.
What you got against Balruk today, eh?
He says, screaming to the heavens.
Why you keep skipping me, life? All right, cool. So I'm gonna first action. Balruk is going to move to set up a flank across from Kelvhan, and that's the correct spot, right? To do a straight line.
Yes, that will do.
All right. Second action, Balruk is going to swing. So here we go with his mace.
No.
That's
Balruk,
a 31.
Balruk, before you roll damage, do me a favor.
Yes.
Can you drag the effect at the bottom of this onto your hotbar?
Ooh, sniping do a dedication?
Yes.
That one.
That'll give you the extra
Okay.
damage.
And
I
then
can
you
put that on.
toggle it on and off by clicking your hotbar. It's only
Very
the
cool.
first attack after I've hit something.
Awesome. All right, so it should be on now. So you may roll critical damage, I assume?
Natural 19 for a 31 is a plus 10 crit. Fighter man, once again doing what that fighter can. Go for it.
There we go. That is a 5 on the dice for 18 damage. Did it include the +1 is the question.
No.
It did not.
It did not. Probably because
has-
I rolled the roll before I put the effect on.
Okay, gotcha. So, Lexi, does that damage double as well?
It does!
In that case, that's 20 points worth of damage. I will do it the old-fashioned way and manually apply it. It's not looking good. A great big massive hit, Balruk.
Alrighty, and Balruk's gonna go for a second attack for his turn, third action.
Yep, third map.
minus five?
Not for, yeah, fighter's fight. First map. There.
Is it hot over there? Oh, that's a 2 on the dice.
Okay, for a 9 in total, it's the other end of the spectrum with a critical miss. Alright, it's now the Striving Fire's turn. Let's see. It is seriously... Yeah. It's not going to care because it's in absolute pain from this rain. As a matter of fact, I will show you what this circumstance passive is. Raining pain. Due to the nature of the storm, the rain induces pain upon the magical striding fire, making it clumsy 1 and reducing its stat block to the weakened stake. So it's basically in our fiction as well. It's going to literally stride out to here for its first action because it is just moving and thrashing, and it's just in absolute constant pain. It's
Attack
kind
of
of,
opportunity.
I know that's coming. I'm just describing the scene because it's just kind of holding its head, rocking and rearing from this sheer agony that it's in. Balruk, give us an attack of opportunity.
Alright. That is only an 18, unless you want to hero point that.
Up to you.
Well, it's
Were there 3 left in the pool?
like that.
There's 3
There
left?
might be a good chance that you can kill it and stop it from doing whatever scary thing it's gonna do.
Alright, yeah, let's hero point it.
Alright then, give us a reroll. 2 left in the pool.
Alright, we know how well hero points work out for Balruk. Let's go. Okay, that's a little better. 22.
Hit by 1.
Oh, alright, damage then. For a minimum damage roll of 5.
I like the fact as it was striding away, your mace from the animation flew after it.
Really?
Four.
It's still up and it just absolutely, it's kind of like rocking and shaking its head back and forth. And once again, let's have a look. This is going to include BB. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to make this a D6 roll, including the horse. So icon order for 1 to 4, BB 5, horse 6.
I get 3? Never mind.
So it's just gonna, once again, just yelling, Ignan, you did this. And then it just goes over to Anden and just tries to absolutely chin you one off the horse, Anden. $20 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
All right, Anden, you are going to take 5 points worth of bludgeoning damage. You are on fire, and 1, 2, 3. That's it. Yeah, I'm going to also say, make me a reflex saving throw, please, not to fall off your horse. A DC is going to be, let's see, you're trained in nature. I'm going to say 16. I know there's probably another ruling for that, but I'm not too sure on it.
That is a 17.
You get whacked, but you stay on the horse. Okay, Kelvin, you're up.
Very simple. Just need to move my token. Just going to 5-foot step there. Get rid of Arcane Cascade and just cast Ray of Frost.
All right, then give us a target and give us an attack roll, please.
Not my best. 16, yeah, that's my turn.
That's a miss, unfortunately. All right. The smoke. The smoke is now very intense in this region. Everyone, and I mean everyone, make me a fortitude saving throw, please, including the horse. I'll roll for the horse.
I'm in danger.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right.
There's nothing to roll against, right? We're just rolling.
This is a fort save against the DC of the hazard.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. The horse rolled a 20, so that's a success. Anden and BB.
Anden was fine, I think. BB. Yeah, 24 on Anden. And unfortunately, only a 14 on BB.
All right, then BB is going to take 2 points worth of non-lethal damage. And hold on. And she is sickened 1. Kelvin,
25.
you're fine. Balruk,
25.
you're fine. Isobella,
10.
wow, history repeating itself. 3 points worth of non-lethal and sickened 1.
I'm just impressed that wasn't a crit fail.
All right. Top of the round, Anden.
Oh no, I'm on fire again. Alright, my first action is to ask BB kindly for some assistance.
Very Bioshock of you.
I don't need to mind control my bear. We've got a bond.
Would you kindly
Oh,
take on an incarnation of fire?
yeah, exactly. We got a
Right.
target there, and she's gonna move and then make a draws attack against creature. That is a 24 to hit.
BB has got a hit. Give us damage.
And we have 9 points of damage.
It's still around.
Okay, in which case, Anden is going to follow that up with a ray of frost.
All right, then. Go ahead and give us a ray of frost.
Do-do-do-do.
Da 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 da. Right.
That's a 26.
That's a hit. Give us damage.
7.
So with tandem offense, finish this.
Okay. So after BB has managed to shake off her own fire out of her fur and come back, she watches as the creature dashes through the party and then up to Anden. I don't think she has an idea of what parent is if it's not another bear. Very much. And in anger, runs, jumps, and grabs onto the leg of the creature, trying to yank it away. And as she successfully does so, it gives Anden just a second to get his hands free from trying to block and get rid of the creature. And they zap the creature with a condensed icicle. So you don't want to make it like a beam because it would melt. Then
Creature.
explodes. No, I don't know.
Does it?
No, hopefully not.
It's not one of its abilities, but if it was going to explode, I would have asked for reflex saves. But in all seriousness, though, the icicle starts to formulate over its body, quelling the fire and the flames along with the rain. Instead of yelling out in more pain, it actually has a look of serenity about it. Peace and release. As the eyes lock with yours, as almost to say thank you. And the striding fire fades. And a special shout out to the module token BXFX for the cool fire effects that we have had today. However, it's technically not over yet. Anden is technically still cooking, and we have also smoke. So Anden, you're going to take 4 points worth of fire damage. Can I have that recovery check then, please?
Okay. That's a 14.
That's a pass. All right. In
Thank
that
you,
case,
Ray, again.
yes. We're back to Isobella. Okay. I'm going to be blunt about this. How you get out of the smoke situation? You just get off the map. Isobella, what you doing?
Well, I was going to stop, drop, and roll because I was thinking smoke, you just get below it. But if you want me to get off the map, I suppose I can just casually stroll out with a couple of actions and then throw myself on the ground.
Sure. In that case, then, just go to the edge of the map, because we'll still use your token to make the necessary rolls. But technically, you're off the map and out of the current smoke range. There's a breeze, there's a wind that is giving you enough space to breathe. So if you make an active stop, drop, and roll, I'm going to say you're going to make the recovery check, and the DC is going to go down to 10. So in that case, another 1 point of fire. Isobella, give us that flat check.
What's this, not one? It's a
No,
10.
no. Oh,
Right on. You made it.
I'm
So-
free!
Okay. Nobody else is on fire. But there could... Let's see. I don't think... I'm going to say there could be some non-lethal damage here, but no one's in a dangerous spot. And the sicken won't get worse unless you get a critical fail. So in that case then, I'm going to rule that all of you get out of this situation, get off of the map. We're going to end encounter mode. And congratulations on your victory. That is going to give you a nice bit of change in XP. Let's see. I'm doing this now because the hazard was a complex one as well. Just kind of wishing I brought it in one turn earlier now. Let's have a look. So for that encounter, 110 experience points.
Ooh, very nice.
Very nice.
I think that's the same amount as you get for diplomatically persuading the head of military affairs of a small city to try and not kill people all the time.
Yeah,
Huh.
that was a moderate and almost severe encounter for your level.
Dave.
Yeah, we do strength of thousands.
Don't mind Dave making a reference to a game that only me and them are playing in here.
It's all right. That's absolutely fine. As a matter of fact, I really want to do strength of thousands at some point. So you are technically off the map, and you've still got this wild storm to contend with. You've got 2 missing horses as well. Everyone kind of group up to the middle of the road, and let's keep your tokens on the board just in case we need. I have turned on the Theatre of the Mind toggle, but let's just, for the sake of ease, just keep it nice and easy. Let's have a look. We'll put the horse over here for now. So, what are you doing?
Okay.
Well, shall we drag our horses down?
I think I'm probably gonna need to look at that. And I gesture to all of you.
I was on fire for that entire combat.
Oh, I'm doing
Yeah.
all right. I'll go look for the horses.
I'll give you a hand. I'm perfectly fine.
Alright.
Okay, so who's looking for the horses then? Was that Kelvhan and Balruk?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so 2 checks you can do here then. Either nature or perception. Perception is going to be a higher... Sorry, beg your pardon. Survival or perception. Survival will be the lower DC.
Oh, I got good survival.
I've got terrible survival.
Frustratingly, I both have assurance and tracker's goggles. I just
You
can't do both.
You want this public or private?
Just public is absolutely fine, thank you.
All right. Balruk runs roll survival for a 25.
I'm rolling strong today.
I see that with your 7.
Yeah,
All right.
7.
Okay, so were you working together or looking for a horse each?
I think working together would probably be...
Yeah.
Okay, in that
We just move
case,
together considering the danger.
in that case, then let's have a look. Kelvhan, that is a critical failure because I will essentially account that as a type of assist if you're looking for the same horse together. However, Balruk, even with a 24, with the increased DC, that is success. You find one of the horses.
Nice.
Alright, do you want to try and look for the other one?
Definitely.
In that case, same again, please. We'll say Kelvhan assist. We'll say Kelvhan's going to give an assist roll. Balruk make the main check. 1 point of note, a homebrew rule I'm going to be trying out and bringing in because I want to see how it works out. Is basically assistance checks are going to match the DCs of the checks themselves. I want to try this out just for a personal interest of mine behind the GM screen. So Kelvhan, give us a perception check to begin with, please.
Haha, yeah. No.
A natural
What
one
will
for
even bring you
No.
with me?
Yeah, what's the point of me even rolling today?
It's another one of those days for you, I'm afraid, my friend.
Well, Balruk rolls a dirty 20.
Okay then, so on a dirty 20, -1, which is down to 19. You can't find the second horse.
How much you want to bet we fail by 1?
Probably.
You failed. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
By 3, DC 22.
Okay, that feels bad.
I mean, you were trying to find a panicked horse in the fire.
Yep.
Probably.
Well, at least you found one of them.
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you did find one. That was a good job.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll give the party a minor XP award of 15 XP for finding one of the horses.
Yay, 15.
What's that?
So we should be at 470 now.
Okay. So Anden and Isobella, what are you two doing?
While they're off searching for horses, can I retch to get rid of this sickened condition first?
Yes please, you can. Same for BB.
That's a fort save versus the effect DC usually, but given we have a reasonable amount of time, am I just clearing it or am I rolling?
You've got the time. Clear. Just a straight clear. Same for BB then.
Thank you.
But I'm going to say that will consume the time. So Anden...
That can take my time, sure.
Yeah, Anden, what about yourself?
I'm going to be treating wounds on Isobella. Or attempting to, at least.
Okay then. What DC are you going for?
I don't think I'm an expert yet. No, I've not. I've got expert in survival, so just the DC 15.
Alright, roll it up. Does your assurance cover it?
No, that's assurance of survival.
Okay. Oh, well done, Anden.
Crit. So that's 19 health back for you.
Alright. Isobella with a good heal.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome. Are you full?
No, I'm too short, but
No, you. I don't think we've got an hour in a burning forest.
I don't think it matters either. Two off is close enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so half an hour passes and then Kelvhan and Balruk return with one of the two horses.
If it's half an hour, can I attempt to treat BB as well, please?
That's absolutely fine.
Okay. Wow, that wasn't ideal. BB only gets 4 hit points back.
Sure, it's 19 on the die. Okay. So, BB heals a little bit, and we're back with Balruk and Kelvhan bringing back a horse. What would you like to do?
Well,
We're horse down now, but we got one of them.
yes, we found one at least. So,
Same as Dave says. Honestly, surprised you managed to find one.
Out of curiosity, whose horse is it?
Let's roll an odds evens roll. So the horse users was Balruk, Anden, and Kelvhan. Kelvhan.
It was Isobella and Balruk who shooed our horses away.
I don't
Sorry,
have a
thank
horse,
you.
I just run.
Yeah, you run. Okay, so Anden stayed on their horse. So again, odds evens. We're gonna say odds it's Isobella, evens it's Balruk's. It's Balruk's horse. Right, so
Well, I suppose I wouldn't come back either if someone hit me with the butt end of a gun, but...
Well, you can go ahead and write it for now. I've got a feeling you need it more than I do.
Balruk? Balruk, look me in the eyes.
Hmm?
Tell me that you, in all of your heavy armor, walk faster than I do.
No, but I also didn't almost get bunched. I almost didn't get bunched to the ground today, neither.
I'm old, not an invalid.
Suit yourself then. I'm just thinking, since you're inhaling smoke and being set on fire, maybe you'd like a ride.
Look, I'll be fine. Get on the horse.
Yes, ma'am. And Barker just pull himself up, like whatever.
Anden rolls his eyes, looks at Isobella and says, "Oh, young'uns these days."
Anden, give me a giggle roll nature check. See, public.
That is a 13.
If necessary, a horse can carry 2 people.
Morris is gonna kind of look over at Kelvhan and be like, "Old people."
Old people.
Oh, sorry, I didn't quite
Kelvin's
make that
older
clear.
than the rest of us.
I didn't quite make that clear. Anden was saying that about Isobella.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
She was like pulling the old card, and then I'm pulling the dwarf card.
Well, everyone's
Old
pulling.
people.
Okay, everyone is pulling their cards out. Let's go back to the Stolen Lands map. Because, unfortunately, I think now there's going to be a speed reduction for the party again, is there not?
It depends if we can have 2 of us on the same horse.
Oh, can we tie a sling between 2 horses?
Nope. Where did the exploration go? I have a 30-foot ground speed, so I still have 2 activities on foot.
Oh, well then I think we're good.
Then you are good. Proceed into the next hex then. But then you have to bunker down for the night. So, who's moving the token?
Me.
Alright then.
Where are you going?
Wait,
Are we going
where
back?
are you going?
We're going east.
Why are we going east again?
We're going to see
We're going.
Watkin.
Ah,
Yeah, we're going to Buckenset.
Oh yeah.
It's only been a month since we played. How can you not
Then
remember?
all
this?
hell broke loose.
Yeah.
So, you proceed onwards down the road. Being very careful. Navigation check made a month ago. Technically, you're gonna be fine. But you still got this storm raging on when you set up camp for the night. A survival check will be needed to make camp. Who would like to do that?
I can maybe assist Anden.
Yeah, that would work for me.
I'd like to try and assist.
Alright then, in that case, this is going to be... This hazard is a level 4. So, the DC is going to be 19. Can I have a survival check off Balruk, please?
Yes. That's a 22. I would have succeeded.
Alright then,
Yes.
Anden, +1.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 25 with the assistance in there.
Yeah, you got it. Camp is secured and fortified for this evening. Anything else you want to do with, shall we call it, camp loration mode? Because you did have company today due to this magical storm.
Yeah, we did. So whether the others would pick up on it or be too preoccupied with the weather, and it is looking very worried. I think not anything more complicated than just feeling worried.
So, I gotta ask, is this sort of thing normal around here?
Raises an eyebrow at you.
Well, I don't really know, right? Because there are lots of stories of the stolen lands and weird things that happen here. But, I don't know, this seems a bit not normal.
On a perfect thunder crash that was as well.
It certainly was. Do you remember we had that conversation about this old man in the Stag Lord's camp?
Right.
Well, a little bird told me, in the guise of a fellow dwarf, there was a bit of a vision. Which is normal. Not regular, but normal. Sorry, I'm getting all mixed up. Yeah, this is all some dark druid things. I need to get to the temple right quick, and then from there, find out who's behind the Stag Lord, whether it is what we think it is.
So you're thinking that this evil druid or whatever is causing this? So what's he get out of burning down the whole forest?
This reminds you of a tale, Anden. You did hear something about maybe 30 odd years ago now. You didn't get involved as you were quite deep into your apathy over what happened with yourself when you went to Seven Arches. But you did hear of a story through Druidic Wild Song. The story goes a little something like this. There once was a druid with his beautiful wife. A bundle of joy was swelling in everyone's sight. When the joy came, it was one for one. The druid was angry at what had been done. Turning from the green faith, he went to Gosra's might and did what he could to remove his self-blight.
I think it's just a bit of a familiar feeling, though not directly. When terrible things happen, you take your anger outward or inward, right?
Right.
And apparently, one way of expressing outward. And I just point up at the sky. Not the most healthy way, I'll grant you. You'll have to see what we can do about it.
You ever think about, it seems kind of unfair, don't it? That thousands of people can do the right thing every day, live their lives and bother nobody. And then one powerful person can get pissed off at something, and next thing you know, it screws with everything. I know it's how life works and all that, but it's just, I don't know. It's wrong in some way that One person can cause so much trouble for so many good people.
All you can do is try and be the one person who can do good by as many people as you can to balance that out.
Balruk just kind of nods at that one.
Alright. Baby and I will take the first watch. You get some sleep.
Will do.
Okay. Watches will be needed for this night. What is going to be the order? Because I would just like to conclude this night, get it done before we wrap up today. So a watch order will be needed for tonight. The camp is secure enough. That's 1 tick out of 2. What's the order?
I would suggest we do both the dwarves in the darkest of night. And since Isobella was so badly wounded, she gets to sleep first. And by narration,
I'll take my
I suppose, yeah, by narration, I suppose that leaves us with Kelvhan, Anden, Balruk, and then Isobella.
All right, so did I hear that right? Kelvhan, Anden, Balruk, Isobella.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Kelvhan, can I have a just make it public? Can I have a perception check, please?
Whisper Elf?
Of course, yes. Because you are looking out for any more trouble like today.
21.
There we go. Success. Anden, your check, please. Basically, we're going to make the checks and then I'll narrate.
Okay. It's a 24.
Success. Balruk.
That's an 11.
Failure.
I rolled a
It's-
2.
Isobella.
Where's the heckin' button gone? There it is. 29, nat 20.
All right. Not going to lie about this. You needed 4 successes. You watch through the entire night. You look for any more disturbances through this magical storm. Any more damage to nature, any more elementals coming to the forefront. But the camping check was good. And essentially, what you needed was 4 check marks to essentially not have a self-rolled random encounter leading you into next session. Your watches are on point. Balruk has a slight little bit of a lapse, but Isobella compensates. You keep yourself secured. Your camp is able to withstand the storm. And you earn 40 experience points for surviving the night of the magical storm.
Brings us to 510.
And that is where we'll close tonight's session of Kingmaker. One last ominous crack of thunder.
You have to have a button that does the timing or something, because we had perfect timings on so many lightnings tonight.
Yeah.
No, honestly, no, I don't. I love it when it does that, but yeah, well done tonight. Well done tonight. That could have been bad, because that could have been potentially a second encounter without rest, and I'm not going to lie, it would have been as dangerous as the striding fire. But I really liked making that map. Did you enjoy it tonight?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the fire was like really cool.
Mm.
Yep.
The colors reminded me, they're very specific, but it reminded me of the second stage of Angel Island Zone in Sonic 3, where the forest on fire.
Oh man, that is a reference.
That's
Yeah,
a very specific reference. Yeah.
Yeah,
an
it's the
awesome
I have
one.
literally no idea what you just said.
It's the purple sky over
Yes.
the forest. Yeah.
But those fire effects today came from Token Magic FX, an add-on for Foundry, to the authors of that module. Thank you so very much. That made that encounter very, very sweet. There will be links to the module in the descriptor below. But that concludes tonight's session. Things in the Stolen Lands. We knew they weren't right, but now the scope is maybe becoming a bit more clear. Lots of rains, lots of storms, a clue from literally session 1. Next time, they meet an alchemist. Enter the Temple of the Elk.